So you talked about Kanye West. You know, he recently sat down with our friend Noriega and did a interview that broke numbers. The interview was wild, and he said a lot about John, his legend. He said a lot about Big Sean, biggest mistake of his career. When you look at the Kanye today that we see in the headlines, where slavery was a choice, these sound bites that just penetrate the internet beyond anything, and then you look at the Kanye that you were in the studio with. How do you make sense of all that?
Well, Jason, I have to say that Kanye has not changed the way he expresses himself. When I met him at 19 years old, I met him through No ID. Kanye would sometimes come to my basement. That's where I had my apartment. I had a builder, owned a building in Chicago and set up an apartment. Kanye would come to the basement sometimes and he would be rhyming with me, freestyling, and my homies would be around and Kanye would say something like, man, that shirt is whack, man. Like, like to my homies, and they'd be like, hey, Rosh, I'm gonna have to whoop this. Yo, man, I'm about to have to smash this cat. What's up with that? And I'm like, yo, chill out. The dude just, he hasn't, I ain't used the word no filter, but that's just him. And I never felt like his intention was to hurt. It was almost like a gift and almost like a default that he just spoke his mind unapologetically, didn't think about who was around. I honestly admire the quality to a lot because I feel like the one thing that you can say is he lives in his truth. Whether his truth might even change, like my truth changes. So like if his truth changes, he will acknowledge that and speak it. You know, that's my brother. I love him. You know, he called me something he said. I guess he's like a light skin. I'm followed by the Democrat. Whatever he said about the Democrats, I can't remember. But I don't, like that's my brother. So I feel like we can.
So when he attacks you like that, do you just hear it and be like, "That's just yay"? Like, I love you. That's your opinion. It's
Yeah,
not personal.
yeah. I don't take that personal. And look, that brother showed up for me at times where I was like down and didn't know what I was gonna do with my career. And like, man, we just bonded. And he's been there with me through tough times. I've been there with him through tough times. He showed up for my 40th birthday party when like it was only a few people there. He flew in town just to make sure. Like he's done that for a lot of friends. So, and I'm not saying, he's flawless and, but when you have a brother or a sister or somebody you love, they're not going to be perfect and you're not going to agree with everything that they do. I don't agree with everything my mother says to me, and we can love each other and disagree. So, and at times I could be pissed off at anybody, like I could be mad at Ye. He could be mad at me, but that won't stop like the brotherhood and the love. So, I view it like, and especially when it's something like what he was saying, about like, man, he followed by the Democrats. I'll be more offended if he was dissing my rhymes, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm about to show you, Yay, like, but in many ways.
But it's safe to say if he runs for president, you're 2024, you're not performing at his inauguration, though.
I might perform if he called me and say, Ross, can you perform? I might perform. It's my brother, man. I might perform.